Alright, y'all, I got one more video for y'all. This is Real Talk with the book author, Devret Clarke. Now, I want to talk about righteousness. You know what I mean? I want to talk about life. And I want to talk about the kingdom as well. Because the more that you're righteous and the more you seek the kingdom, is the more that you want off of this planet. It's the more that you want off of this planet. When the more you seek righteousness, the more that you become righteous yourself, the more that you seek the kingdom of heaven, is the more you want off this planet. The reason that I say this is because of the way that the world is. It's the way that the world is going right now, and how evil is on the rise more than ever. Still, I know there's a lot of us Israelites that actually want to see the ending. I want to see the ending of this all. I want to see the Messiah come back and destroy these people. But at the same time, I'm ready to move on. Everybody righteous is tired right now. Everybody in this situation where we're just bickering and going back and forth with the enemy. We're being mistreated. We're being disrespected and treated less than for what we are. It just makes you start looking at life on a different angle and a different scale. I look at Esau for an example. A lot of our people will be wondering, why do they hate us? Why do they hate us? Why do Caucasians, also known as white people, hate us? Why do they hate us like us Israelites? Why do they hate us? And then we keep asking ourselves these questions when we know the answer if you read the Bible. It's just like, why did Pharaoh hate us? It's just like, why did the Egyptians hate us? The Hittites, the Jebusites, and so on and so forth. It's because it's prophecy. It's already foreordained. Everything that we're going through, its story's been there. The reason for perpetual hatred from the enemy, who are the Caucasians, is because of prophecy. People may say, what have we gone through? Or why do they do so much stuff still? How come we went through slavery? We went through all of these things and they still on our necks. It's prophecy, people. It's prophecy. They are supposed to be this way to us. Just listen carefully. They are supposed to be this way to us. Doesn't mean I'm a coon all of a sudden. Relax and listen to the full story of what I gotta say, and the full meaning and understanding. You know what I mean? Because that's what you need to do, is listen to the whole story before you just jump and accuse of certain things, right? Because just as in Proverbs 18 and 13, what does it say? He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him. So instead of putting yourself in shame, just listen. That's why I don't judge people right away. I want to hear the full story. I want to see the full thing. So now, the reason why Esau is still on our necks, these Edomites are still on our necks, is because prophecy is not fulfilled, and this is in them to do. As I personally have my issues with them as well, you'll be going from place to place in your communities or whatever, workplaces. They're the troublemakers. They're the ones giving us the hardest of everything. It doesn't mean I'm accepting it. Don't get it twisted. I say this in regards to the ignorant way and the behavior of them. They have been promoting and pushing hate for ourselves so much that our people fell for it. And I never was one to fall for it, because I love my own. Because if I didn't love my own, I couldn't say I love me. So I love who I am. I love what I represent. I love the people. I love our people, you understand? And then I never really had a run-in like that with our own people. It was usually these other nations, but mainly my wars with these Caucasians. You understand? These Edomites. So the perpetual hatred is always going to be there. And it is prophecy, because we need to understand and respect the chapter, the book of Obadiah. The book of Obadiah is telling everybody in this world what's about to happen to them. That is the final battle. You gotta understand where you are. If we were in Egypt, which we're not, this is the new form of Egypt. If we were in the regular Egypt with Pharaoh at those times, the Most High delivered them already from Pharaoh. You understand that? It mentions it all through the Bible. Old Testament, New Testament, it mentions how the Israelites got taken from Pharaoh and the Egyptians, and they're done away with. But now we went into Egypt again with ships. This is the new Egypt. You understand that this is the new Egypt, and it's the Edomites, and we're in North America right now. And we're facing this battle against these heathen. You understand? We're facing these battles, and we're going to be hated upon them, because you could look around and say, yo, what did we really do to these people? What did we do to them? And the answer is nothing, because we didn't need to do anything, because the Most High put us in this position due to our forefathers sinning, due to the sin of our forefathers. This is why we're going through slavery. This is why we are under them for the time frame. So when you see with Jacob, when he had the babies, not Jacob, Isaac, when he had the babies and they came out, one came out holding the other. Jacob holding Esau's leg, right? Because he was holding on to him, because Jacob came out and the Most High chose to split the nation, but he chose Jacob because he has a birthright, because Esau gave it up for a couple potters. Lentil soup. Remember that? Genesis 25:25, I believe. So if we continue to lack understanding to why this is happening, why do they hate you, you're not really reading the Bible like you should. You know, I took some time away from the Bible, not because of my own doing, but because I'm being under attack from Esau. You know what I mean? And all these Edomites are attacking my brain, synthetic telepathy. And to concentrate, it was a hard thing, because they're talking to you, they're stealing your thoughts 24/7. Every thought you have, they're disrespecting you, they're doing so much stuff. So this is like a new form of slavery mentally. Because before even this happened to me, I was like, you know what? This will never happen again. Slavery will never happen. Next thing you know, I'm being oppressed. I'm being mentally slavery, where they got my brain under this device with the wicked devices. You know, but I'm just going to continue with what I need to say in regards to, you know what I mean, how the righteous want to seek the kingdom, and we're tired of where we are. I look at reparations. Many of our people are fighting for reparations. Many of our people is thinking that we're going to get something back. We're not going to get it from our enemies. You guys need to understand that we need to stop looking to the enemy to deliver us. We can't look to the oppressor who oppresses us and say, look, we want this back. They're not going to do it. They will never give reparations. I'll guarantee you that. I guarantee you that. They will never give reparations. Because we keep looking to man to answers. We need to stop doing that and seek the Most High. We need to seek salvation. We need to seek the kingdom. That is ours. We're going to get more than reparations can ever give us. They owe us in the billions, right? The Most High giving us gold cities. He's giving us land. He's giving us everything we want with the enemy nowhere in sight. We don't have to go through this perpetual hate that we're receiving, because in Obadiah it tells us that he's going to slaughter them. There'll be no more of the house of who? Go to Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18 and you read that for yourself and you tell me, what does that mean? You understand? We need to continue to keep our faith and understand these scriptures, because sometimes we're wondering what's going on. How come these people are doing this police brutality? I wrote a book, They Are Not For Us. They are not for us because they're not for us, my people. To serve and protect. Ice Cube said it in one song. To serve and protect and break a nigga's neck. Because at the end of the day, that's what it all comes down to. Is notice he says neck, because they're still on our neck. They're not for us. If you read that book I wrote, it's called They Are Not For Us. I'll put the link in the description. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, that we need to stop looking for help from our enemies. We can't be in this land and think that we're going to find peace, because the main thing in life is seek peace and pursue it. You can't seek peace amongst your enemy in the midst of a war, because the battle is still going and the battle is still here, my people. The battle is still going. A lot of people are saying it's time to heal, it's time to be at peace. You can't be at peace, or you can't heal in a time of attack. We are under attack 24/7 right now. Right now it's 24/7. The attack is real. You understand? We're always going to be hated. We can't go into the communities. We can't go into the stores without having our respect. We can't live amongst them. We can't have our peace. We can't have our happiness. Because if one man, there's a song that I liked so much. I forgot the brother's name. Where you could just, let me see if I could pull it up real quick. Alright, so I pulled that video up, and his name is Solomon Burke. Solomon Burke. None of us are free. Go check that song up. And just to give you that little hook from it, it goes, none of us are free if one of us are in chains. None of us are free. And I respect that, and I understand that, and I get it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going through something and you say that you're good, you shouldn't be free. We should be free altogether as a nation, as a whole. So you should be supporting my cause, right? The same way if you were in trouble, I should support your cause. Because this is freedom where everybody is free. And this is why I dislike these sellout ass niggas and coons in the North America where I am, in Canada, because a lot of them don't give a shit about the struggle. A lot of them feel like that's done away with because they have white friends, they got Caucasian friends, they got this type of girlfriends, they're marrying them, everybody's with peace in their fake la la land. But you're not looking at your brothers over here in America. You're not looking at them in the United States. You're not looking at them in New York, Detroit, Chicago, LA. You're not looking at your brothers and sisters. How are you free just because you in Canada? You're not looking at it good. And if I'm over here in Toronto and you're in Alberta, just because you got white friends and you got a little thing going for you, you may be adopted into their family even. That doesn't mean that your people are free. But the thing about Canadians over here, I noticed, is that they're all for self. They're selfish. Where it's like, oh, we good. I don't care what happens to them. They're not as solid as for the brothers and sisters over there who I give much respect to in the United States, who are the trendsetters, who are where Judah, you know what I mean, where Christ stems from, because those are the leaders. All the other nations are followers. All of the other tribes, they usually follow the lion, and that's the Lion of Judah. You understand? So that's why you see the music industry, you'll see them starting the trend and Canadians following, because they can't be original, because they're trying to be like them, or they're trying to do something like them. But it is sad to know that there's no unity in that area, and that's what I give a lot of respect to my brothers and sisters over there. Because for me personally, I don't even have acquaintances over here in Canada like that. As a Hebrew Israelite, in the truth, I relate to the people from the States. I have to talk to them. I talk to the brothers and sisters over there, because over here, they're not interested. They're stiff-headed, they're hard-headed. So most of the people I'm connecting with, they're from, Houston, they're from New York, they're from the United States, all those areas. I talk to them on Facebook. So if one man's in chains, there's no way you free. I don't care about the year that we're in right now. I don't care about the era or your friendships or what's going on in your personal life. My personal life consists of what's going on around me with my brothers and sisters throughout the world, not just the United States. It happens in Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, Guyana, all around, West Indies, Barbados, etc., etc. You know what I mean? So fighting for justice, fighting for freedom is hard to do because we're still relying on somebody. Do you understand that? If you still have to fight for reparations, justice, and freedom, and you're still relying on somebody to save you, you're relying on your enemy at that sake to say, look, I need you to help me here. I need you to benefit me in this area. I need you to support me. I need you to give me something. You're still looking for handouts from your enemy. You're still looking for the wrong hands. You need to turn to the Messiah, who is the only way to the Most High. You understand that? The only way. So we need to actually continue to understand what's going on, man, because we're fighting for some things that we still asking. Because when you see them on the streets protesting, you're begging them. It's like you're begging them to do something. We have to sometimes take it by force. We got to see how strong we are to use our weight, to use our muscle, to use our boldness, to know we ain't playing around. We want this. It's the same way these fake Jews, they don't even have to say nothing, and they got people in fear, like saying you can't say something about them because the Caucasians are supporting them. Everybody's supporting them to be like, yup, you can't say that. You better apologize. You better apologize or else. Meanwhile, they're just sitting back in their communities like they will let everybody else fight our battles for us, as if they're the chosen. So now that we know we're the chosen, who's fighting our battles? Who is actually caring to say, look at us now? Ain't nobody give a damn. Ain't nobody gonna change nothing. Ain't nobody gonna treat us like royalty. Ain't nobody gonna treat us like anything. Now they're gonna still see us as niggas. Or niggers, whichever one you choose. And you notice I can say this word, right? I can say the N word over and over and over. This is where I'm reporting my videos now, because they took away my backups channel because I spoke on homosexuals. But I can say nigger, I can say this, I can say that. I can't even say a virus name without getting my shit banned. Do you not see the control that they have over us, people? So we need to get the hell up off their platforms and create our own. The basketball league, we need to create our own. We're the ones entertaining. We're the talent, we're the gift. They're sitting back and making billions off of us. And I say us because you know what? They are us. They are our people. The moment I say me, the moment I say you, it's the moment that we're broken. It's us. So when you read my book, they are not for us. They are not for us. Us includes me. It doesn't matter my situation, my position in life. It includes me in us. So I just want to touch back now. I'm just going to close this one actually and open up part 2 to this real quick. Bear with me. Alright, so I wanted to touch now on a little bit more of what's going on. And the reasoning I said in concern to why the righteous people of this land, including myself, went off of it. We're ready to go to see something new. We're tired. We're very tired of this fight. You gotta understand, man, slavery has been going on through generations to generations. Generations to generations. So we are extremely tired. We're in a position of just wanting to leave this place, and it has nothing to do with suicide. It has nothing whatsoever to do with suicide, because suicide's not our meaning. That's not who we are. We know what the righteous need to do in order to live and in order to be free. We must be away. We must keep our faith. We must keep our faith and beliefs and hope to know that we need to do better for ourselves and get better. We don't need to destroy ourselves in the process, because we expect all of these things. Now I want to touch more on the fact that the attack. I look at what's going on by these heathen who are the Edomites, and I look at the attack that I'm under right now as a grown man. Give me 2 seconds. Said to throw some laundry real quick. Okay, so I want to touch now on the fact of this mental oppression attack on my brain while they're using synthetic telepathy, however you want to pronounce it. I'm basically being attacked, having my everything taken from me. My mind, my thoughts, memories, they're stripping me of my privacy to the point where I have none. There's nothing that I can actually do in this world anymore without them actually taken away from me. Do you know how disturbing that is? You know how draining that is? Do you know how messed up that is, man? To know that your everything is taken from you. You can't think for yourself no more. There's a group of people just sitting on the other end of this shit, listening to as I speak this video. They're commenting. They're commenting as I'm speaking, and they're just recording everything. And if they could do it to me, they're doing it to you. Because I look up at the videos online, and I have over 100 plus people complaining about the same attack. They're telling you the same truth, because everything that they're saying is everything I'm going through right now. And this is not a mental breakdown. This is not anything, nor has anything to do with me personally, as in I did something wrong to deserve this, or my physical is, there's something altered or wrong with it. That's not the case. I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfect in health. There's nothing wrong with me. As you know, I'm an author. You know, I wrote 3 books on this: The War of Words, The Temporary Voices Inside of My Head, and, Robbed of Life, which is what it really is. Robbed of life. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Alright, so as I was saying, robbed of life is everything that it is right now for me. You look at what I'm going through and you wonder, why would anybody want to do that to another individual? Why would somebody want to end up doing that to another individual? To spend 24 hours tormenting, to spend 24 hours harassing, all of which comes off as homosexual behavior. So, who would do this? As I look at myself and I say, look, I would never do this to another individual. I would never in my lifetime do this to another individual. It's homosexual, it is gay. It is everything disturbing and troubling to know that there's somebody out here that's willing to do such gay things to another individual, right? I got a scripture verse for you. 1 second. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, 11 through 12. Verse 11, and that ye study to be quiet, and to do your own business, and to work with your own hands, as we command you. Verse 12, that ye may walk honestly toward them that are without, and that ye may have lack of nothing. Now I want to go more on the verse of 11. And that ye study to be quiet and to do your own business. Your own business. The Most High is telling us to mind our own business. Mind your own business. Tend to your own things. Don't be a busybody in someone else's life. You understand? I look at evil in this world right now, and we can't look for it to get better at any stage, at any time. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. Nobody can say there's gonna be good before there'll be good. There'll be good before evil. Evil is here, and evil is here to stay. It's getting more wicked. It's getting more exposed. My brother just recently told me about he was doing a move for somebody and he seen the satanic statue in a club. So the club entrance, that he didn't move that place, like the place close by, he's seeing the entrance with the pure satanic symbolism, and people are worshiping Satan in plain sight right now. There's no more hiding. Everything is coming to the light. They're hiding in plain sight, because the plain sight is your view. You can see everything as I can see it. You know, because the way I look at life right now, the weak look like they're going to destroy the strong. I look at myself as a strong individual, and the weak are hiding while doing this cowardly telepathy and messing with people. You know, the cowardly will try to take aim at the brave. But that's in the Bible as well, where the Most High says, you know, you'll make the weak things. Let me pull that verse up for you. Hold on. Alright, so I got that verse for you. It's 1 Corinthians. Excuse me. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27. But God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Listen to what I just said earlier. Listen to how that verse just complies and says everything I just said. I'll read it again. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. A lot of people may not understand what confound means, so I pulled up the definition for you. It cause surprise or bring confusion. You understand? It just means to mix up. It means to mix up something. You understand? To mix something up or to bring confusion or surprise you. So me going through this synthetic telepathy for the first time is confusion. It's something that I never experienced before. It's something that's here that I'm not liking, because I'm like, look at this. I'm not accepting this into my life. I disagree with what's going on. It's confusion. It's annoying. It's damn right disturbing. It makes you feel like you're walking naked all over again. Before Adam and Eve took a bite of the tree of life to cover themselves, to know what shame was. Nowadays it's like you're walking naked because these people have no shame to even strip you naked. They're covered. They're trying to disrupt you and take away from your shame, because they have no pride. They have nothing in them to say, you know what, there's no morals, there's no values I wanted to take away from you. And that's what they're doing. You understand? So if you look at what I said earlier in regards to the weak, the cowardly would take aim at the brave. This is what they're doing. The weak will destroy the strong, because this is what is happening. And in these times, you know, as a man that is single, you know, and in a good spirit with myself, I believe that having children right now is not a good idea. Even though there's a scripture verse about we should continue to have children, for me it's a different scenario, because I feel like it would be wrong of me just because I can't expect myself to find myself a wife and have her and I get to know one another while she has her privacy invaded too, where she can't have her peace at all, to say she can trust me with some kind of information. Every day I gotta check my bank, I gotta check information to see if anything's being hacked, because that's what's happening. And we need to understand that the world, you can't take nothing with you. So this is why it's not really a big shock to me, because I expect to lose everything. And on top of that, the Most High has angels watching over us as well. So as these heathen are taking record of what we're doing, they're being recorded the same way, because everybody on this planet has an angel following them, and everybody has an angel recording everything that they do. It's not an angel of darkness, an angel of God. But these serpents, these devils doing this unto us, these people are just wicked, using these wicked devices to try to mess with us. You know what I mean? I look at there's some questions for anybody out there. You know, So anybody, you could just ask yourself these questions. Do I want this for my children? If I were to basically have children right now, knowing it's happening to me, do I really want my children to go through the same thing? I wouldn't want them to deal with this. I'm at a level right now spiritually where I know I can handle it, but I'm not happy with it. So you gotta ask yourself, do I want this child of mine to go through this? You know what I mean? I don't want to actually, let me break that down even further. I don't want to raise a kid, a child, to do good, to be away from negativity, to do positive things and to seek righteousness. The same way my parents wanted that for me, and so I am here. However, to do all of these things, to have yourself and your child now invaded by the enemy who is a devil. So it takes years to groom a child into the direction you need him to go. It takes years for an individual such as myself, as I went through years of hardships, long suffering, ups and downs, trials and tribulations, to get to where I need to be as a man. To go through those things, to go through those situations, those scenarios, to build me up, to be who I am, to come to this understanding within myself, to be happy, to be loved, to be everything blessed, to be righteous. It took years. It just didn't just come like that. So the enemy came within seconds. The enemy came within seconds and said, look, I'm going to disrupt you. I'm going to take away from you. I'm going to add this onto you. So as I'm going on the straight path, this negative path of this enemy, they now alter my whole course, because it's like my next move was a wife. My next move was to have children. That's all shifted away now, because it's like this new flood coming, and it's just like that verse I just brought up, where 1 Corinthians verse 27. But God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise, and God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. I consider myself to be wise. I consider myself to be mighty. And this is everything that's going on, where the weak are taking over. These people doing this to me, I don't consider them to be strong. That's why there's no fear. I know I could beat them. I know that I'm better than them. They're just cowardly. They're losers. They're ignorant. They're immature. So you can see why brothers and sisters as myself in the faith, we're tired. We're tired. We want this done away with. And this is why brothers and sisters need to pay attention and support brothers and sisters as myself who are going through these things, because it might just happen to you. I don't want this happening to a kid if I were to have one. I wouldn't want their privacy stripped. I wouldn't want them to go through this portion of life where it's like nothing in reality is real no more. It is, but it isn't. Because you would never find this to be a normal thing if this is something that you have to go through. Because if this just happened to you, you're going to go, your whole world is upside down now. Everything you're working hard for is stripped from you. Everything that your mindset is set to believe, it's not. Everything that your mind is, what you're going through is like, I'm trying to tell you, nobody understands this. And this is what I'm trying to show you. 24/7. 24/7. 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week. Not a single second goes by without this group of assholes taking your thoughts away. They're not demons. There may be demons within them, but these people are people using a wicked device. And this loser has it where I'm connected to him, and he has a grip on me. He can't get lost. He can't get a life. These are the dorks. These are the losers. This is what the Bible just described as in the foolish things. These are the foolish. These are the people that are so destructive to take away from us instead of to add on to us. This is witchcraft. This is sorcery at it all, man. You know what I mean? I asked my enemies, what did I do to you? And not one of them could even answer the question. I don't expect them to, because this is perpetual hatred, and this is why the righteous want off this planet. This is why the righteous seek something better. Money doesn't change anything. You understand? Money doesn't change anything, because money can't break away from these things. This is a testament to show that money can't change them. Money doesn't make anything different. I could get money more right now, but I'm still going through this situation. You understand? Anyways, y'all, this is the book author, Devret Clarke, with Real Talk. Keep surviving.
None of us are free. None of us are free. None of us are chained. None of us are free. And there are people still in darkness, and they just can't see the light. If you don't say it's wrong, then that says it's right.